All right, guys, we're going to be looking at law of cosine and calculating sides today. And you'll notice that the law of cosine is written right there. It is a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine of c, and that is equal to c squared. Now, what you'll notice from this equation is simple. We have the Pythagorean theorem right here, okay? And as we look at that Pythagorean theorem, we know that Pythagorean theorems only work for right triangles, okay? And that's what we've learned forever. But then we came up with the law of cosine, and you'll notice this extra piece out here that's circled in green. That's the part that allows us to take the Pythagorean theorem and work with acute triangles and obtuse triangles, or essentially non-right triangles, okay? And I'm going to show you how to work with that today. So let's go to example A here. It says find the length of CT. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that. We're going to look for CT, which is right over here. In acute triangle CRT. Now, the law of cosine is simple. We start it like the law of sine, okay? What I do is I look for an angle and a side that I'm looking for, okay? So I say, okay, I start at 36 degrees, I go clear across, and I look for its set. In this case, that set is across the triangle, just like in the law of sine. Now, instead of looking to make an X in the middle of the triangle or going from another angle to another side, you'll notice that we're missing another piece if we were to do that, okay? So with the law of cosine, once we determine it's not the law of cosine, what we end up doing is we just simply look at the sides next to the original angle that we started with. Now you're going to notice something. It kind of looks like a sword. That's a little visual reminder to me that is the law of cosine. But also the way it's set up really helps us if we think about a sword. Down here in the handle, that's this whole entire piece right there, okay? And then in the tip of the sword or the point of the sword right here, that's the c squared, okay? So we can set it up now. So I'm going to write, okay, well, this is x squared equals to a squared plus b squared. It doesn't matter. These are the sides. So I just simply put 45 squared plus 52 squared minus 2, and I just put them back in. 45 times 52, because a and b are going to be side lengths. Okay. And then we do cosine of the angle that is opposite of x, which is 36. That's that other piece that goes in there. So I'm going to put cosine of 36. Now, the great thing about the law of cosine when you are just solving for a side is there's not much to do algebraically. We just type it in. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put 45 squared plus 52 squared minus 2 times 45 times 52. Okay. And then I'm going to multiply by cosine of 36. Okay. And the one thing that I've got on there, because you're going to notice I've got some weird numbers coming out of here, is I have to make sure that I'm in degree mode. So I go to graph settings. I'm in radians. That's a big no-no for this problem. So I'm going to make sure that I am in degrees. You'll notice that the answer changes out to 942. Now, that is not 100% the answer because we have 942, but we still have a squared. So we have to take the square root of 942, and that should tell us what x is. So let's go back to our Desmos screen, type in the square root of 942. You'll notice that the answer comes out to be 30.69 or 30.7. So that tells us x is equal to 30.7. If we have to do any solving beyond this, I typically go to the law of sine because it is a little bit quicker when we go into finding other angles. But just remember, law of cosine is the Pythagorean theorem with a little extra on there. And I hope that helps you out.